Welcome to Baby Boy Mulligan's Guitars, Mods, and Music. And today we're going to talk a little bit more about this Glarry Semi-Hollow tele with the humbucker and single coil. We're going to go under the hood and we're going to see what's in here, assess and decide if we can use the other control panel that I have that's pre-wired, or if we're going to drill a hole here and put a coil split switch in it for the dual rail that I'm going to put in here. And I'm still waiting on the humbucker that I'm going to swap this one out with and put in the bridge. We'll also do some fret work. Not really fret work. I mean, the edges on these, are great. I'm still amazed with the quality of this guitar for a Glarry and for $110. So I will file the corners of these just because. Not that they really need much. I mean, that's almost perfect. And then I'll oil the fretboard because it definitely needs that. It's definitely dry. And I will polish the frets. Not that it even really needs it, but it sat around. They're not really scratchy, but I'm a perfectionist when it comes to that. So anyway, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me what you think about the guitar and the video. Let's get this over on the bench. Start the work. All right, so let's go under the hood and see if this is going to fit in this cavity. If not, I'm going to have to drill here for a coil split switch to split the dual rail. Wow. And not a lot of junk on the body. There's a little bit in here from the buffing. Okay, so we don't scratch anything. I got enough to buff out already because I'm going to be working on the guitar, and there's a couple little marks on here, but nothing crazy. All right, so I may have to turn this, and I left that loose so I could do that. All right, so a full-size pot will not fit in here. And this is a little bit too big. So the next step will be to see the question is this deep enough? I don't know. If it's not, like I said, we'll adapt, we'll overcome, we'll drill a hole through this, and we'll put a coil split switch in it. I've just had this laying around and I've wanted to use it. The other thing that we'll do is we'll change this capacitor. I mean, that's a pretty big chick though. That's not like the little chiclets either. Look at that. The other chiclets are normally almost about half this size. I mean, they're the regular CF dime size pots that you see on all the, Chinese or Indonesian, Korean type guitars. But excuse me, turn off the phone. Spam call. Anyway, hopefully I'll be able to cut that out. And so I guess that's what we're gonna do here is I think the best bet is to just put in the switch. I don't want to go messing with all this routing here. And then this is a thinner body, so I don't want to have to try to route this out here. And there's not a whole lot of thickness from inside. There's about that much thickness. I don't want to weaken the body of the guitar because it's a thin line. It's actually about like my Squier Carbonita. It's probably an inch and probably the an inch and a half, maybe a little bit more, without actually measuring it. So I think that's going to be the route that I'm going to go. Yeah, because this switch is small enough. Oops. Drop the pick out of the bag. This switch should fit right in here perfectly. It'll be just like the T's guitar. It'll go right in there. That'll fit perfectly between those. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to drill that plate. All right. So that's fun. So that's going to go with all this stuff. So we'll put all this stuff back here together. So it's all in one bag. So I think what I'll do is I'll also put an orange cap on this because I have 4 of them. I ordered 2 2-packs. So I think that's what I'm going to do there. I'll put that away in a minute. All right, so what we're going to do with this guitar is we're going to put some, I'm pretty sure these are 9s that are on here. I don't think they're 10s, but I'm gonna put the teles are actually sound a little bit better, I think, with 10s. So I'm gonna put 10s on here. I ordered string trees for it. The tuners are pretty good. They are really smooth, actually, and holding tune overnight. So I'm not going to mess with the tuners. I don't know. I just love locking tuners on a guitar. Do I need to? No, I don't need to. As Ted talks guitars and life, Ted says it's player preference. So I may or may not put locking tuners on it. So that's kind of my thought. Guitar doesn't need anything else. It doesn't even need a fret job. It just needs a fret polish. So that's what we're going to do next. So give me a minute to get set up, and I'm going to change the strings, oil the fretboard after I clean the frets up, well, before and after, because this is pretty dry. And we'll put this back together, and we'll demo the guitar again with different strings on it and see how it sounds. And then we'll go for the next steps. Okay, so we've run into a problem. When I took the strings out, all the ferrules came out. So we're going to put a little glue on each one of these, and we're going to put them back in. It's too much on that. So we'll put that on 2 of them. Definitely going to get covered in super glue here. But I'm using the gel. For some reason, my super glue is like all glued up, so just going to put a drop on there. Trying not to get it all over my rag. Yeah, I'm going to be playing later, so not a big deal. But an easy fix. Okay, there we go. That should take care of that. Not a big deal once that dries. So we're not putting strings on it right away, so we will just let those sit and dry. Make sure we get a nice tight fit. Get that little excess of glue off of there. Gotta be, very precise when you do this little stuff, because you don't want it all over the finish. All right, good enough. So we'll leave that to dry, come back and do the fretwork. All right, so now that that is taken care of, and there's a couple little spots on the back, but I'll buff that all out. Like I said earlier in the other video, that's how, sometimes it goes. Working on guitars, you always have something that comes up. There is some glue on the sides of these frets that I'm sanding off with the 400 grit. Nothing crazy. I'm just a perfectionist when it comes to frets. So I'm going to go along and do that first and then go back and hit them from here down. Just hit the edges. Could be a little corrosion too from sitting in the warehouse or coming across overseas. So sometimes you got to do that. And that's taken care of. All right, now we'll just start hitting frets. And I'll do this 400, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,200, 2,000, and 3,000 grits. That's just what I like to do on my personal guitars. I go for the pro setup. But you don't have to sit through all this because the video's getting kind of long. So I will finish this up, throw some strings on it, and we'll demo it. I had to show you this. I can't believe the frets. So the edges aren't real bad at all. But I did up to here. And I've got them doing this side right now. But this is how easy it is to do just these edges. Two strokes. It's done. I normally have to do way more than that on a guitar. I mean, I don't know if I got the ringer, if I got the full QC guitar or what. But this thing for $110, I am still floored. I can't stop talking about it. I sent RJ the link. I told RJ about it. I sent Ted the link. Told Ted about it. I told him, wait till you guys see the video. And hit the camera with my hat. Sorry about that. Trying to stay out of the frame of the camera. And that's it. I mean, just that quick. And of course you can see I love the fretboard. All right, let's demo this guitar. This thing sounds completely different. New strings, just cleaned up and polished the frets, set the height of the pickups. Oh, and I took the cover off the pickup. I left the cover on the pickup when I did the demo yesterday. So, huge difference. This one is a little bit. Not bad. Very little. Okay, so now let's put my effects on the guitar that I normally use. That's my low setting on the Johnny 3-bar OCD player. So now this is at the high. It rips. Middle. Neck. What? And this is a Glarry? What? See, there's that microphonic. Not so much here. Microphonic there. That's why I'm changing the pickups. But like for a kid's first guitar, I would have left it set up just the way it was, and I would have put 9s back on it. I put 10s on it. I had to reset things, but I would have left it at a 9. You know, set of 9s. Because then you wouldn't have to redo anything. I did have to work on the nut, but you know, I'm just that guy that's got to have everything perfect. This thing's ripping, dude. Dudettes, who's ever in, watching. I am like ecstatic and amazed at Glarry right now. What? And the neck. Alright, let's try a whole solo. I'm floored, and that's the neck. Who would have ever thought that a Glarry could do this without a full setup? I showed you guys everything I did. All I did was put the strings back on it. I had to re-intonate it a little bit and reset the action because I put 10s on it. And that's it. If I'd have left 9s, it would have been good to go. That would have been it. Other than them being a little microphonic. And if you really wanted to keep these pickups, you could take these pickups out, dip them in some wax, and they wouldn't be microphonic like that. But I'm going to switch them because I want a dual rail in here anyway. I want a better humbucker. I got both are Alnico 5. And then I'm going to drill this out, and I'll put the coil switch in there, and I'll throw an orange drop in here too to accommodate the
better pickups. So, tell me what you think. Thanks for watching Baby White Mulligan's Guitars, Mods, and Music. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I really got to hear what you guys think about this guitar. We'll see you next time.